Hey everyone, this is Bobo from the Mark server. I'm here to do a 101 video on Crusader skills, and today's Crusader skills is Shield of Trust. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys all of the subskills for Shield of Trust, and these subskills are Giving Heart, Healing Hands, Magic Dampening, Guarded Footsteps, and Recovering Touch. I'll also be showing you guys how to train them, so let's get started. Now, the first thing about Shield of Trust is what does it do? It basically protects your enemies from that mineral hail, and it has several uses as well. But it's the first skill that you will be using when it comes to skill order in Gargashi raids. Shield of Trust also helps prevent you from being knocked back, and it doesn't have to be Gargashi raids, it can be from any enemy. Basically, if you have Shield of Trust up, you'll see that you won't get knocked back. But keep in mind that this only lasts for a short amount of time, so you want to use it right when you feel like you're about to get hit. Otherwise, if you use it later, you're just gonna fly across the room. Now, the first subskill that I'm gonna cover is Giving Heart. Giving Heart is basically a skill that increases the range of the Shield of Trust. As you can see, in a higher rank, the range is much larger, and it's definitely vital for harder difficulty raids. Now, the next subskill I'm going to skip down to is Guarded Footsteps, and the reason why I skipped down to this one is because Guarded Footsteps and Giving Heart both have a training method that go against each other. Now, for Guarded Footsteps, it's basically a skill that helps increase your character's speed. Now, this is definitely one of my favorite skills in Shield of Trust. I'd highly recommend you guys to rank this up because I use it for other things other than Gargashi raids. Now, you can see at a higher rank your character is much more faster. The neat thing about this skill is that you can actually stack this skill with other movement speed buffs like March Song and Shylock Step. So it's really great if you have all of these stacked up. For speed, your character will be super fast. Now, to train these two skills, you basically can only do one or the other. For Guarded Footsteps, you literally need to be right on top of your party members. Now, the best way to do this is to go into an easy mode Gargashi raid and kind of huddle at that shore where the lake is, and just tell your friends, tell your party members to just stay right on top of you, like literally right on top of you. For Giving Heart, it is absolutely the opposite of Guarded Footsteps. You'll need to shield your party members, and they'll have to actually keep a certain distance from you once they get hit by the mineral hail. Now, the best way to do this is to just tell your friends, hey, when you get shielded, please run away from me. Don't be near me. Just stay away from me. That is probably the best method. Unfortunately, these two skills do require you to be in an actual Gargashi raid with a party, so you can't solo them. The next subskill I'm going to cover is Magic Dampening. Magic Dampening basically adds magic defense to your character when you use Shield of Trust. Now, magic defense, I don't know about you guys, but in Mabinogi it's very minimal to notice like the difference of damage, so you can see in the video here it's not much, but hey, it's something. One of the ways that I use to train Magic Dampening is to go into a very easy dungeon that has things like rats specifically. I mean, you can use mimics, but I think rats are more faster. Just kind of like enthrall them or aggro them with rock throw or something, and then just have them try to attack you into the corner, and then you can just spam Shield of Trust and easily get training off of the hits. The next subskill I'm going to cover is Healing Hands. Now, Healing Hands is a very great skill. It helps heal your HP instantaneously. So it's a very good thing for just dungeons or runs, raids in general. Now, to train Healing Hands, it's a little bit more complicated, guys, because it's not just simply healing. Depending on what rank you are training your skill, you need to heal your target that's at a certain HP percentage. Now, the best way I find I can do that is to go to places that lower your HP automatically. So you can go to the sulfur pits, because that'll poison your character, and then you'll just keep draining HP. And you can stand next to that little moon gate right there, kind of heal your mana, because you will need to use some mana casting the spell. So this is a good spot. You can also use your pets as another person, quote-unquote person, to heal. Make sure that they're in an actual party though, because it won't count if they're not in the party. So just make a party and then just stand near the gates with the sulfur pits and heal your pet, and you're good. You're gonna get some training off of that. An alternative spot is Avon and just touching that sword and the rock. Because basically if you touch it and you don't have the rosemary gloves, your character's just gonna keep dealing damage, and you can just heal your character after that. The last sub-skill is my favorite sub-skill in Shield of Trust, and it is Recovering Touch. Now, Recovering Touch, all it does is basically heals your wounds instantaneously. So if you get wounded in combat or in PvP or whatever, you can actually use Shield of Trust to completely heal a portion of your wounds. Now at a low rank you can see that it doesn't do anything at all, but when you rank it up, it will heal a good amount of wounds. Now this can also heal not just you, but your party members as well, so it's definitely one of those skills that you need to have in dungeons, because you know when people get wounded, they don't really have time to do it the old-fashioned way by sitting around and waiting for bandages. I mean, you know, you can still do that, of course, but with Recovering Touch, it is the only skill in Mabinogi, for now, that instantly heals your wounds. Now, a good training method for Recovering Touch is to PvP a friend that can help you train the skill. Now, the best suggestion I can give is to do a Elf and Giant Alliance PvP, because that way you won't have to keep requesting PvPs too much. Basically, all you gotta do is wound your friend or have your friend wound you, and it's great if you guys are both training the skill. Just make sure you're not using the Shield of Trust at the same time. And once you've got your friend wounded down enough, go ahead and use Shield of Trust and you'll get training off of it, because you're technically using the skill on a target that's wounded. Just make sure you don't overlap shields, because otherwise you won't get training off of it. Now that is basically all of the sub-skills for Shield of Trust. Hopefully this video was helpful to you guys. If there's any other things you want to include that I didn't include, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And like always guys, stay awesome!